Tesla dominated electric vehicles for over a decade. Then, China did something nobody saw coming. They built EVs so advanced and so affordable that even Elon Musk admitted he's worried. And what powers these Chinese cars could end Tesla's reign completely. The battery that changed everything. 40% of an electric vehicle's cost is the battery. That's why Ford's F-150 Lightning costs more than its gas-powered counterpart, and why sales tanked. The average new EV in America costs $55,000, making electric cars unaffordable for most consumers. Meanwhile, in China, companies are selling comparable EVs for half that price. The difference? The battery. Chinese companies control the world's EV battery supply chain so completely that American automakers literally cannot build affordable electric cars without them. CATL, the largest battery maker in the world, operates from Fujian Province, China. They didn't just become big, they became unavoidable. And that monopoly is ending Tesla's competitive advantage before our eyes. The government strategy nobody could match. 20 years ago, China faced two massive problems: becoming the world's largest oil importer and air pollution choking major cities. Their solution? Electrify everything. But Chinese companies couldn't compete with established automakers on internal combustion engine technology. So China's Ministry of Science and Technology made a strategic bet: skip gas engines entirely and dominate electric vehicles instead. From 2009 to 2022, the Chinese government invested $29 billion in subsidies, research spending, and tax breaks to the EV industry. Cheap land leases from government, cheap loans from state-owned banks, instant markets created by contracting Chinese companies to electrify entire bus and taxi fleets. Shenzhen electrified 16,000 buses using BYD, before BYD became the world's largest EV company. Consumers got generous subsidies, discounts on charging, favorable parking, and exemptions from traffic congestion policies. EVs even received different colored license plates, making them instantly recognizable. The message was clear: electric vehicles get special treatment, the protective barrier that locked out competition. When consumer EV sales exploded in China, the government did something brilliantly protectionist. Foreign automakers like GM and Tesla wanted to sell EVs in the massive Chinese market. China said, fine, but only if you use Chinese-made batteries to qualify for consumer subsidies. That single rule forced global automakers to become dependent on Chinese battery technology. Tesla uses CATL batteries in Chinese manufactured vehicles. Ford? Looking at CATL technology for American plants. GM? Same story. China created the demand, then made sure only Chinese companies could supply what met that demand. By 2024, over half of new car sales in China were electric, a milestone showing the majority now prefer EVs over gas cars. China didn't just enter the EV market, they reshaped it entirely on their terms. The supply chain stranglehold. Lithium-ion batteries have four main components: cathode, anode, electrolyte solution, and separator. The cathode uses nickel, cobalt, and manganese. The anode uses graphite. The electrolyte uses lithium salts. Chinese companies started acquiring ownership stakes in mines worldwide where these minerals exist. The strategy: control production, control price. Today, Chinese companies control significant percentages of the world's supply of minerals needed for batteries. But here's where China's dominance becomes absolute: refining. No matter who mines the minerals, China refines the vast majority of them. This is the step where factories grind raw materials and extract desired minerals, a polluting process most developed countries avoid. Chinese plants then manufacture the vast majority of all four battery components and assemble them into battery cells. The result? China controls the entire supply chain from mine to finished battery. The American dependency crisis. China's supply chain control is so encompassing that when Biden passed a rule saying no more than half of battery components or minerals could be Chinese-sourced to qualify for tax credits, only 20% of EV models qualified. 20%. That means 80% of electric vehicles sold in America depend on Chinese supply chains. Ford wanted to build a CATL battery plant in Virginia. The governor killed it because of Chinese Communist Party connections. Ford moved the proposal to Michigan. It triggered a U.S. House investigation. The project might become America's first LFP battery plant, if it survives political scrutiny. But here's the uncomfortable truth. There are no alternatives. LFP technology is very well developed. The battery business is global. There were no alternatives. American automakers need Chinese battery technology to compete. Period. The innovation gap widening. With market dominance comes innovation leadership. In the past 2 years, Chinese companies figured out how to avoid using the two most expensive battery minerals, nickel and cobalt. They innovated on lithium iron phosphate, LFP battery technology. In 2023, CATL announced an LFP battery powering cars for 370 miles on just a 10-minute charge. BYD developed the Blade battery, a very thin, very long design cramming more batteries into the same space, allowing cars to travel farther. Today, LFP batteries are a growing share of all EV batteries, nearly all manufactured in China. Tesla uses LFP batteries in standard range Model 3 and Model Y vehicles. Chinese technology powering American brands. The innovation cycle is accelerating in China while American companies struggle to catch up. The global expansion strategy. CATL isn't stopping at Chinese dominance. They've built battery plants in Germany. Plans for Hungary targeting the European auto market. BYD is expanding globally, challenging Tesla's market share in Europe, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. Chinese EV companies are doing what American companies did with smartphones and computers, dominating through vertical integration and cost advantages impossible for competitors to match. Ford, GM, and Volkswagen all partnered with Chinese battery makers because building independent supply chains would cost more than their profit margins allow. Bloomberg estimated it would cost $82 billion for the US to meet domestic battery demand by 2030. Possible in the future. No help right now when we desperately need affordable EVs to transition away from fossil fuels. The BYD breakthrough. BYD started producing batteries for electronics in the 1990s before transitioning to EVs. That manufacturing expertise gave them decades of refinement before American companies even considered electric vehicles seriously. Today, BYD isn't just competing with Tesla, they're outselling them globally. Their Blade battery technology delivers comparable range at significantly lower cost. Their manufacturing scale allows prices American automakers cannot match without Chinese partnerships. Elon Musk called Chinese car companies the most competitive in the world and admitted Tesla faces real threats from them. That's not hype. That's the CEO of the world's most valuable automaker acknowledging the competition has surpassed them in critical areas. The environmental and ethical paradox. There are legitimate concerns about China's battery supply chain. Human rights issues associated with mining operations. Environmental damage from refining processes. Government subsidies that might constitute unfair global competition. But here's the paradox. We need electric vehicles to combat climate change. We need them affordable so consumers actually buy them. And right now, only Chinese battery technology makes that possible at scale. America could invest $82 billion building independent battery infrastructure by 2030. But what about 2025, 2026, 2027? Climate goals don't wait for geopolitical comfort. Every year we delay EV adoption because of supply chain concerns is another year of fossil fuel emissions. The uncomfortable choice. Accept Chinese battery dominance or miss climate targets while building alternatives. The Tesla problem. Tesla dominated EVs when competition was weak and batteries were expensive. Chinese companies changed both equations simultaneously. BYD's Seagull, a compact EV, costs around $10,000 in China. Comparable range and features to Tesla's entry models at 1/3 the price. Tesla's cheapest Model 3 costs over $40,000. Even accounting for different markets and regulations, that's an unsustainable price gap. Tesla's advantage was vertical integration, controlling battery production, software, and manufacturing. Chinese companies achieved the same vertical integration with one critical difference. Government backing eliminated financial risks that constrain American companies. Tesla faces competitors with deeper pockets, lower costs, and home market advantages in the world's largest EV market. Elon Musk's warning about Chinese competitiveness isn't rhetoric. It's acknowledgement that Tesla's dominance is ending, the unavoidable reality. Chinese EV batteries are virtually impossible to avoid in the global transition to electric vehicles. Ford's CEO defending the Michigan CATL plant. This plant is a wholly owned subsidiary of Ford. But the technology? Chinese. The expertise? Chinese. The supply chain? Chinese. American automakers are struggling to give consumers affordable electric options while meeting climate goals and maintaining political distance from China. Those three objectives are fundamentally incompatible with current battery technology and supply chains. We can't have affordable EVs without Chinese batteries. We can't meet climate goals without affordable EVs. We can't reduce Chinese dependency without decades of infrastructure investment. Something has to give. China didn't just build an electric car that could end Tesla, they built an entire battery ecosystem that makes every other automaker dependent on Chinese technology. 20 years of strategic government investment, control of global supply chains, innovation leadership in battery technology. The result? Chinese EV companies aren't just competing, they're redefining what competition means. Tesla revolutionized electric vehicles. Chinese companies are revolutionizing the revolution. And American automakers face an impossible choice: partner with Chinese battery makers or watch from the sidelines as the EV transition happens without them. The question isn't whether China will dominate electric vehicles. They already do. The question is whether America accepts that reality or sacrifices climate goals trying to build alternatives that won't exist for another decade. Drop your thoughts below. Can Tesla survive Chinese battery dominance? Subscribe for more analysis on technology reshaping global industries, because the EV revolution just got a new leader, and it's not who you expected.